Welcome, everybody, to the R&R CatCast, a fan-based podcast focusing on Montana State athletics. We're two dudes named Ryan from the state of Washington talking about our dear Montana State. We hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back, Bobcat fans. Thanks for joining us on the instant reaction show right after the Gold Rush game. We lost to South Dakota State 30-24 in double overtime. The Cats had it for the taking and just couldn't get it done. We're going to give you the good, the bad, and the Bobby Hawks, and then we will go down the big sky. Recap the games first? That are... Yeah, let's recap the games that happened first. All right, Thorny, let's jump over. The first one that went final today was Idaho State versus New Mexico. So Jason Eck is 1-1 over there. And Idaho State was hanging with them, but they lost 32-22. New Mexico put up 15 points in the fourth quarter. I was thinking this game was close. And I was like, well, I would not bet against Jason Eck in a close game. And I was confirmed. They pulled away late. Idaho State falls to 0-3. It's crazy to see that already 0-3. So
Gotcha Humphrey, 18 carries, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, he's been doing good.
So, interesting results there. Utah smoked Cal Poly, 63-9. Really nothing to talk about there. Dampier, hey, that's the quarterback from was that New Mexico's quarterback last year?
Sounds familiar.
Devin Dampier, that's him, right?
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be looking at that.
And a close one over in Nevada. Jeff Choate squeaked out a win over Sacramento State, 20-17.
I thought the Hornets had that one.
Yeah. That was a little bit close, and I was like, oh, man, if Sac beats Nevada, that's going to be interesting. So
I think that would have washed away the bad taste they had in their mouths from losing to South Dakota State.
What was it Jeff Choate saying? Like, we're going to lose big, lose small, win big. This is a win small for him. I'm not sure if he's there as a program quite yet, but squeaking one out against Sac State, not bad.
No, he's beaten Sac State by more when he was head coach at Montana State.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
NAU barely hangs on against Utah Tech. I saw that game was pretty much in the bag, but then Utah Tech scores 21 points in the second half and almost rallies to win. But NAU is 1-1. And future opponent Utah Tech, are they coming back? I don't know what's going on anymore. Anyway, 38-31. Lumberjacks.
And a surprising one, Northern Colorado hung tough with Colorado State. Colorado State's not a great team by any measure, but Northern Colorado being pesky is something new that we haven't seen. They lost 17-21. This went all the way down to the fourth quarter, and the Rams scored late with like seconds on the clock to ice it.
And the Bears had the ball there at the end for they were driving down to get like a Hail Mary type situation off. So it was a surprising result. I don't care how bad Colorado State is. Northern Colorado does not hang with anybody in the FBS.
It's a good point, man. It's a really good point.
North Dakota boat races Portland State, who finally scored some points.
Hey.
Finally scored. 0-3. They scored 20 points. It was 20-50. And Grand Forks, where's North Dakota?
I think that's Grand Forks, yeah. The last game that went live was the Grizzlies beat Central Washington, Division II opponent, 42-17. This one was close at half, and then it looks like the Grizzlies just went away. I didn't watch the second of it. Obviously, it was during the same time we were playing, so I have no takes on that game.
No, I'm sure it's just a case of first game jitters in the first half, but they were actually down at one point, 14-17 against Central Washington, but shut them out in the second half.
Forgot to mention Eastern lost to Boise State 14-51, and that was on Friday. So Boise State comes back and then beats Eastern. So maybe Eastern had a injury to their quarterback as well. Is that what we heard?
Yeah, Taylor was carted off the field. That's all I know. I don't know
Oh,
anything
that's
about
not
the
good.
extent of it, but
Yeah.
getting carted off is usually pretty bad.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple games still live because this is Saturday night and there's a couple crazy late games. In fact, Arizona and Weber State just kicked off. Arizona is up 7-0 with 9:45 left in the first quarter. We're recording at 9:23 Pacific time here, and the first quarter is not even halfway done. But I assume that Weber State's going to get butt raced on that. I was actually watching that for a minute before we went live because I was waiting for you, and Arizona hit a huge wide open touchdown pass to start the game off.
Yeah. Looks like Washington's up on Davis 28-9. That's going into halftime. So those are the only Big Sky games that are live, and I think we hit everything that we needed to talk about. So let's jump into the Gold Rush game.
You sound so dejected, man.
Oh man,
Put on your
I did
podcast
not.
face / voice.
I did
This
not
is
want to get
sad
on
sack.
this. It is, man. I'm dejected right now.
Yeah,
I'm
the
in the
first thing I want to
feels.
know, how are we feeling? I can't tell if I'm mad or sad. I'm somewhere in between or a bit of both. You're mostly in the dejected category. Got any anger over there? What's going on?
The anger will come. Like I'll wake up tonight and I'll probably be angry, like, or maybe I'll still be just sad. Like when I knew it was going to go down, I kind of just had a feeling when we lost the coin toss in overtime. I was like, "Yep, it's not going to go our way." I felt
Really?
like, yeah, our defense had been playing so good for all night long, and then I just wanted them to get the first shot at it and then just go coffin nails with them. I thought if we could get it on first, we could get a timely, turnover and then be able to just hit a chip shot or something. But then, Montana State then went and was able to score, which was surprising that we scored a touchdown in overtime. So, yeah. And, yeah, we all know how it happened. But, yeah, I think I kind of had premonition that it was not going to go well for us once we lost that.
I thought we were gonna. If one team was gonna come out in overtime, I just felt more confident in South Dakota State because our offense had been just so dismal. Our defense was playing so good, so
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure. Like it wasn't like for sure we're gonna lose, but I felt like if one team's gonna be able to pull it together, it was gonna be the Jackrabbits, and they did. And that second their second possession was a nice play call, beat us pretty bad, and wide open touchdown. Pain.
But we stopped the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And so we just
You
needed
feeling
to
okay
score
about
and
that?
convert.
Yeah. We had a chance to win this game. We had several chances to win this game or take
Yeah.
control of the game or take a lead or whatever. But it came down to one team made plays. I mean, we made plenty of plays, but they made the biggest plays at the biggest moments. Like that fourth down touchdown in overtime, that catch to, whatever his name is.
Olofsky.
That was a nice catch. Good coverage. Good throw. What are you going to do? Any contested balls we had were not caught.
Yeah.
So
it's wild, man, because they withstood our energy in the fourth quarter after we had that touchdown on the botched punt. Which that kicker looked so silly, by
I
the
mean,
way.
that
I
almost felt
think,
like their plan was just to play.
yeah.
Like, all right, let's just ride this out into overtime or something because they
Oh,
weren't. Their offense wasn't doing much either. Neither team looked like they wanted to score points.
this is, you're going to get into the stats tomorrow when we record, or excuse me, on Monday, but 1 for 13 for third down for the Jacks, if you would told us that. And we beat them in total yards 349 to 297. So I would have said, well, 1 for 13, we're gonna win. We just didn't have that spark on offense that we had the last couple of years, and people be like, well, it's obviously Tommy Mellott. Maybe it was. I think it's a mixture of things. I haven't fully digested how I feel about it quite yet, but
No.
yeah, it's a
Well,
little bit concerning.
let's start trying to digest it by breaking it into piecemeal parts. Let's look at the good from this game. What do you got in the good category?
Oh, defense to stay in the game all game long and not crumble. I thought this was like a slugfest. This felt like a Jeff Choate game, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, where it was just defense heavy. Maybe sans the featuring the run game, but I want to give it up for our defense. It was pretty fun to watch. Now, I'm not sure that the South Dakota State offense is all that great, but they're still big bruising dudes over there, physical, tough, big line. You would assume that they would be able to at least move the ball, and they did early on, some scripted stuff, but you could tell they weren't as dynamic with Gronowski gone. Chase Mason wasn't the quarterback that Gronowski was.
No.
Uh, but I want to credit our defense for getting after him and making timely plays as well.
Yeah, I agree with our defense. I want to start with the defensive line. I think it was a Dakota State loss, like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, but I felt like that's the best our defensive line, I think, has performed in one of these games.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like we were completely outmatched or shoved around. And that was really encouraging for me to see, because after the first drive, it kind of felt like, oh, kind of, here we go again, right? A little bit
Yeah.
where they kind of marched down the field. They were getting like 8-yard rush plays. They never had a real big play. They had a couple here and there, but we contained them pretty well. None of their big runs. They're running back at like 157 yard or something last week against Sac State, and we held him pretty well in check. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it looks like he ended up with 83 yards on 23 carries for just 3.6 yards per carry. So I think we did a really good job holding them. Their offense, like you said, I don't think it's a great offense, but they're also kind of going through the same things too. They've got some new players, new coordinators, or they're both teams were feeling it out, still kind of figuring out who they are, and they're gelling a little bit. And you could kind of tell both teams were kind of sloppy. Both teams made mistakes. It was a slobber knocker.
It was. It was. I mean, when you look at the stats, just peering in real quick, they rushed the ball for 40 attempts for 107 yards. That's
Yeah,
it. I mean, we had 42 attempts for 210, and people were going to say, "Man, our running game just didn't feel consistent." We would have a couple big ones in there, but it wasn't like grind you out, like take your soul kind of stuff that we were used to or have been used to for the
no,
last 10 years, to be honest with you. So 210
nope.
is nothing to like be sad about, but it just didn't feel like it was a consistent run game where we needed it.
Well, I'd be curious to go back and look at our games against the Dakota State schools and see where this ranks rushing wise against them, because I'd probably write about that. I feel like
Yeah.
we always end up right around 200. We always end up way less than anyone else, obviously, because they have much better defenses. But
Credit
5 yards of carry is nothing to sneeze at against South Dakota State.
Yeah, and credit them because their defensive line was going to be their strength, and they
There's some big
looked it,
plays.
and they played well. Yeah.
There, I want to, in my good
Okay.
category, I want to definitely call
So
out.
yeah,
Are
the
you
stadium looked great.
okay? Yeah, no, it looked really cool on
I'm
TV.
still in the goods. Sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to say good category, and you started talking over me, completely derailed
Oh,
me.
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the stadium looked great. It sounded good on TV, but it deflated pretty well a couple times by the excellent play of the Jackrabbits. But again, standard, the best atmosphere in FCS is Gold Rush, and no one can change my mind on that.
The new stadium, the new seats in the end zone looked really good on television too. Really added to the pop for the
Right?
stadium.
Yeah, we finally have a camera angle looking down that way that's not atrocious. It looks like a big time program, like with that big
Uh-huh.
board right there, and then the extra bleachers right there. It looks legit. I have to say, in my good category, Cole Taylor, man, he had himself a game. 13 total tackles coming in for the injured Neil Daly. I'm not sure Neil Daly's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, hard to keep him off the field. Forced a fumble early on, put a hat on the ball. Had to play in the backfield.
7 solo tackles. Had a hell of a game. I think one of our best players on defense that really stood out.
Yeah, yeah, he's exciting, and The fact that he went to CMR, that's pretty cool. Where are you seeing his stats at there, Foley or Thorny?
You called me your own name.
Yeah, I'm in the
You're a
dumps,
little bit
man.
out of it.
Yeah,
I had to go to MSU's website to look at the schedule to get the live stats so I could see the defense.
oh, I see. Yeah,
Snuck it in there because I was curious to see uh, Cole Taylor's tackles. I really wanted to see Cole Taylor's. That's all I really was digging for.
yeah. I don't have any other goods at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard for me to have a good one too because I feel like there's a lot of potential in other areas, but I don't know if I'd call anything else good. So let's get into the okay. Uh, I think Justin Lamson was okay in this one. I don't think he was bad by any stretch, but I also don't love the play calling. That's a whole different conversations. But Lamson, I still think is a dude. He's a competitor. And he's tough. If anything, he proved how tough he is. And that scramble he had for the first down on what would end up being the touchdown drive to tie the game or to take the lead 7-3. That was an unreal stiff arm and a scramble. Like that was really fun to watch. So he's a gamer, man. I still stand by that. But I'm not sure how well he sees the entire field, but also South Dakota State has a really good defense. So we've played two insanely good defenses. It's hard to get a real read
Yeah,
on anything offensive related yet.
yeah. It's an interesting start to the season because it
Yeah,
feels like we've gotten our teeth kicked in, and you look at the competition, you're like, I got to remove myself from these feelings to fully come at with some more clairvoyant thoughts because like everything's just emotional right now and it's just reactive.
let it out.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I thought Lamson did okay. Uh, his I'm not sure what he's looking for on third down passes when he's consistently throwing them short of the sticks. That was kind of frustrating. That could be probably in the bad category for me.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
much of that's
thought,
play calling is what I don't know.
yeah, I thought Julius Davis and Adam Jones were just okay.
Yeah, Davis had some juice, but a couple times, you know, couldn't get it going. But this kind of goes into my. I don't know where to put this. I don't know where to put the offensive line. If I put them in okay or bad,
Yeah, in the in between
I,
spot. I was thinking about that.
I'd almost like parse it out that their run blocking was okay, their pass blocking was bad, which is almost the opposite of the Oregon game.
Yeah. I mean, there's the thing with this, I keep trying to tell myself is they're going to gel.
Yeah,
They're learning and they're learning some quick lessons against some elite teams. I keep telling myself as well that Montana State hasn't had trouble with their offensive line. And so I don't want to believe that this is going to be the first year that that would be the case. It's going to keep our new O line coach up though, and I guess if there's any like optimism, we have some manageable games coming forward and a chance to probably work on some things that are we need to.
I think there's a lot to like here, a lot of pieces, but it doesn't seem like everything is just gelling just yet. But a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback, a new offensive line shuffled around. There's a lot of new pieces here, and I think both these teams showed that they have a lot of work to do still. But we went toe to toe with South Dakota State again, and I feel there's definitely a lot of room for optimism here, even though you might not be feeling it right now. There's a lot of games for us to win and build that momentum
Oh
late into
yeah,
the season.
it's early
Like
September.
we're
This
gonna push around a lot of teams.
yeah, this will be in the rear view when it's November for sure.
But yeah, talking about the offensive line's pass protection and tying that into the Lamson conversation. I don't think Lamson had a lot of time.
No.
He was kind of running for his life a lot, and he has really good pocket awareness and presence too.
Hmm.
Like he hangs back there, but I think he's good at deciding when to run, and he doesn't take very many bad sacks. He makes good decisions throwing the ball away, but he didn't have a lot of time. and they were only rushing 4 on most of these, a lot of it. So the offensive line's got to they were getting beat on some stunts pretty badly, but that comes with experience playing together. I don't think they necessarily a lot of one-on-ones they lost. They just had a hard time with the scheme, I think.
The Rabbits were bringing linebackers through the gaps as well.
You know anything?
So can we get to the
Yep.
negative? Can we get to the bad?
No, or anything else you want to say in the okay?
No, I don't have anything else in the
Because
okay.
the whole thing's not negative. Like we lost, but it feels like what was really good. It's hard to say. Most of the things I want to focus on are definitely negative.
You know
So I
what?
guess let's just get into the Bobby Hawks here.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna offer one more thing. I thought Taden Gray played pretty good, and then Caden Dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah. There's some
Taden
individual
Gray
play on the defense.
is a dude.
Yeah, he made some really solid plays. He went under a guy to make a tackle in the backfield. He had a nice pass breakup. We went around the defender without committing pass interference. I think he's going to be a hell of a player.
Mm, yeah. All right, some Bobby Hawks. Just rattle them off because it's like 21 minutes already. We said we were going to do 20 minutes, so I'm going to make mine quick.
I said 25.
All right, 25.
We're right on schedule.
You lose Gold Rush is the most obvious one for me. You don't lose Gold Rush. That is, to me, almost a Bobcat sin. And you had everything going for you, the atmosphere, everything, and you still couldn't get over the hump. And that just is what I'm feeling right now. And I'm just tired of that feeling.
Yeah. No, if this loss was against another program besides SDSU or NDSU, I wouldn't be so distraught. It's that same old. We can't beat them. We can't beat the Dakota states. And Coulter put off the stat. We're 1-10 against them since 2017.
Gosh, man, it's like the feeling we had when we couldn't beat the Grizzlies during the
Yeah,
streak. It's like the little brother feeling.
it does. It feels like we're not the little brother in the state anymore. It feels like we're the little brother on the national stage.
Yeah.
And it's a little frustrating. And the narrative's going to continue until we do something about it. We beat South Dakota State that one time. We caught them in Bozeman on the way to the national championship, and we haven't been able to do it again. Any of them. So that's the most frustrating part for me. I was like, if we're gonna get them at Gold Rush at home, like this was the time to do it.
Bobcat Nation, Vim said early on, Montana State has some troubles rising to the moment in these games. And that seems to be a narrative that seems all too well that we know.
Nope, nope. We had opportunities to seize this game, and in the end, South Dakota State made just a couple more plays.
Yep. I thought we could win this game with an avalanche. I told you that. I also thought if we didn't avalanche them, it was going to be a 3-point win or a 3-point loss, which an overtime win and overtime loss feels pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Yeah. I do think this focuses us. Like the Cats need to move forward. Like they can feel this tonight, but this has to focus us.
Yeah.
This can't break us. And I don't think Coach Vegan will allow it to be that. Got to use it for motivation.
Yep, for sure. Another thing I put in my kind of bad category, I guess, I didn't love the play calling.
No.
I think
Offensively or defensively?
offensively, I think Sturbeck had moments where he called some good plays, and there's some kind of head scratchers here and there. So, it's all a work in progress. And to me, this doesn't mean we can't beat these guys if we face them later in the playoffs. I think we showed that we can hang toe to toe with them, but we got things we need to work on. There's plenty of work upons, as the Ryan Foley says. It showed we can compete, but again, at the end of the day, competing isn't winning.
No. So last year we came out with in the very beginning of the season, I think with a more polished product as far as the team. And you saw us closer to our ceiling last year early on.
It
Montana
was a
State is
senior laden team.
yeah, Montana
Right.
State is nowhere close to their ceiling right
No,
now, at least in my estimation.
nope. You want to be playing your best football in November. So the way the schedule lays out, two of your toughest games right off the bat, you would like to have won one of them, but it is a 12-game season. We can easily rattle off 8 straight wins heading into Cactus.
Yeah.
And then we won't be too sad anymore, especially if we beat the Grizz and we'll go 9-2, or I guess it'd be 10-2. I can't
Yeah.
even do my math right now, but yeah, there's a good opportunity for the Cats to still be an elite team.
Yeah.
But there's so many pieces that need to be put together right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the base is there in every way you'd want it to be.
All right. I think that's a good way to end this.
Okay, all right. How do we normally end these? I haven't done an instant reaction show since last year.
Yeah.
I guess
Just
we
give
just
us
get out
go
of here.
Cats, man. Just that's it. Let's get out of here.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. You can always find us on Twitter and all that stuff. Our cat casts everywhere. There, I did it. All right, Foley. Let's get out of here Saturday night. Let's go
All right.
Cats.
Go Cats.